Okay, we are back. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties. Live and in person. This is what you get. Technical difficulties. All right. We are in Bellbrook. I was trying to give you a little bit of more of the country end of Bellbrook, but here, we'll go down here so you can kind of see. So yes, Bellbrook is a little bit more rural than the other communities. You are going to see farmland, you are going to see cattle, horses, that sort of thing, and then you also will see the development of Bellbrook also. So these homes here that you're going to see, if you can even see them because they're pretty far off of the road, they are, you know, they don't come up for sale much. They've been in the family for years, that sort of thing. So you're not going to see them for sale. Every now and then there will be some, but they usually have acreage and possibly some animals. So here we're going to enter Cable's Mill. This is a pretty popular neighborhood for folks moving in and out. A lot of these homes have transferred ownership a few different times. There are a few, of course, homes in here that have not transferred ownership. But this is a HOA community. So there's ranches. Most of them will have basements, probably finished basements at this point in time. And most of these houses in here are $450 to $550 about, you know, give or take. But most of them will be a minimum of 3,000 square feet or close to the 3,000 square feet mark. Sidewalks, that's nice. A lot of 3-car garages. The school is not far from here. You can actually walk to it through some paths that they have for the high school anyway. A little bit bigger yards in this community. No acreage though. Gone too far. We're seeing way more of this community than we need to. Once you see a little bit of it, you kind of get a picture of what it's like. All right, let's see if we can find our way out of here. You know, usually when I'm back in here, I have GPS going, so. I feel like going this way is not the right way to go. I need to go this way. Okay. See how we get out of here. But a lot of these homes have either a full brick wrap or partial brick wrap. They're all very well maintained in great condition. Sidewalks in the community are super nice for families that like to get out, for kids riding their bikes. that sort of thing. All right, and we are out. Next, we are going to head over by the high school. So we're going to make a loop in the Bellbrook area here. Obviously, it's, you know, it's a smaller community, but it does cover quite a bit because you have all these areas with acreage to them. We are on Feedwire, and we are taking a left to Bellbrook High School. If you go straight, you will hit the middle school. So now this is where you're going to see there's a little bit of country going on here. If you see the cornfield to your right has not been sold to a developer yet. This farmer may be holding out, huh? Okay, so you've got the high school to the left. Then there's an elementary school over here also. Or intermediate. Okay, and here is a newer development. We'll run through here quick. The landings at Sugar Creek, Fisher Homes build. These are going to run you about the same as Cable's Mill, maybe even a little bit more. But this is newer. HOA community. A lot of the communities in Bellbrook are HOA communities. We will go through one that is not. Since we got lost in Cable's Mill, we're going to kind of end this community right here. Kind of the same, just newer homes. You've got ranches, you've got walkout basements, 2 stories, but you do have sidewalks again, super close to the high school, super close to the intermediate school, super close to downtown because that's where we are headed next. I don't think I've said that. In Bellbrook, the past 6 months, the average price, sales price, is $447,277. The high end being $1.475 million, down to the $250 price point. So now we've entered the city of Bellbrook. Now these homes close to the inner portion of downtown or close to downtown, these are your $250 to $300. Starter home in Bellbrook is going to be in the $2s. If you get something for $225, it's probably either 1, going to need work, or 2, it's super small. In the lower $2s. So Bellbrook was founded in the 1800s by Stephen Bell, and he named the name basically on his last name, and then the local Little Sugar Creek, or Little Sugar Creek. So I guess that was more of a brook, maybe. I don't know. If you go to the left, there's canoe rentals, a dollar store, and then you'll head up the hill a little bit, and that is more homes, some of them in an HOA, some of them, you know, acreage that have been in the families for quite some time. But yeah, once you take a left and you go outside of the city and you go more to Sugar Creek Township, those homes are going to be in the fives, minimum fives, and possibly if it's in the fives, it's going to need work. Bellbrook is also known as an outdoors area. There are some great trails in Bellbrook. If you are a trail runner, Sugar Creek Metro Park is a good one to run trails in. They've got 3 different trails, and it's a pretty hilly area. Bikes, there's a lot of bikers that bike through Bellbrook because it's hilly and it goes into the countryside. So that was downtown Bellbrook. Pretty quick, huh? Downtown Bellbrook, you'll have the Blueberry Cafe, which is a breakfast and lunch spot. You've got the Dairy Shed, which is the local ice cream eatery. You've got the brewery. There's a brewery downtown also. McIntosh's is a local pub. So you've got some eating and some dining options. Not a lot to choose from, though. Okay, next we're going to head into more of the, I don't want to say lower end and I don't want to say starter home area, but if you're not looking for a larger home, because a lot of these homes in Bellbrook are going to be very large. Like I said, 3,000 square feet is probably an average, maybe even 3,500 square feet is average for this area. So if you want something smaller with, you know, a little bit bigger of a yard, we're going to hit up that neighborhood next. But over here is another development area, and those homes in Green Meadow Ranch are going to be, you know, $350 minimum, up to $450, maybe a $500 here or there. Got a condo community to the left. There are not that many condo communities here in Bellbrook. All right, let's go ahead and go to the left here. So this community, you will have a lot of ranches on slabs. Few 2-stories. You can see a 2-story right up here. That's very rare. Most of these back here will be ranches, and they are going to run anywhere from $250 to $350. They're smaller. Not a lot of basements back here, but you do have much larger yards. Than what you would across the street. No sidewalks though. But this neighborhood doesn't get traveled very well. Meaning there's nothing, no one's cutting through this neighborhood to go to another neighborhood anything like that. This neighborhood backs up to Sugar Creek Metro Park, so there's nowhere to go. Like I said, most of these are ranches, which you can see there's a few 2 stories. You kind of get an idea of what we're looking at here. Taxes for Greene County typically are lower. However, Bellbrook and Sugar Creek Township taxes are a little bit on the higher end because of the property values, because the schools are highly ranked. So you do pay for something like that. Are very large. Oh, so a little fun fact about Sugar Creek Metro Park. It's 618 acres, and there's the Osage Orange Tunnel, which is Osage orange roots and trees that form arches. So that's kind of fun. And there's also this area called the Three Sisters, and that's where there's 3 massive white oak trees that are lined up. It's kind of fun, huh? You can hunt for those. Okay, I'm ready to get out of this neighborhood, but I went too far back. I've kind of gotten an idea of what this neighborhood is like. As I stated, this is unedited, so. Okay, we're getting back to where we came in. It's basically 2 to 3 entrances into this neighborhood from 725. 725 and Franklin are the same road. I think we're gonna go back this way, the way we came. So if we go right, we're gonna run into more commercial stuff, and then a main thoroughway, and then it goes right into Centerville from that. So like commercial wise, you'll have some restaurants, you'll have Drug Mart, you'll have Walmart, Subway, B-Dubs, all of those up there. So let's go this way and let's head up Little Sugar Creek. So the big festival that Bellbrook usually has is called the Sugar Maple Festival, with all these trees around. It's usually held around Memorial Day. Okay, we're headed back down towards downtown, but we're going to take a left before downtown. So some of this may look familiar, but maybe not. All right, on to Little Sugar Creek Road. Now back here, you're going to find more of the custom build homes and the higher dollar value homes. Most things back here will start a minimum of 500. Well, that's in general, of course. So there's a really nice neighborhood up to the left by these trees. A couple custom homes back there, but most of the other ones are builder grade, like Mass Builder, like Ryan Homes, MI, Fisher, that sort of thing. Sable Ridge to the left, that's going to be more of your minimum 600,000. This road sometimes close in the winter because of ice, because of flooding. Just nowhere for the water to go. We're off of Possum Run now. You're going to get a mishmash of homes back here. Anywhere from 250 will be the ones that are closest to us in this neighborhood that we're coming. If you go deeper into the neighborhood, it's going to be more of the newer builds and higher end homes. So these homes will look kind of like the neighborhood that we just kind of got lost in. You have a little bit more variety. As you can see, you've got some tri-levels, you've got some 2 stories back here. Sidewalk on the one side, on the right hand side. A wrong turn again. I can't stop yawning. All right, so this takes you to the main road. So if you take a left, that will take you to all the commercial stuff that I was talking about. And going to the right will take you to like Costco and Kroger, Marshalls, that sort of thing. But then if you go right off of here, you'll hit Feedwire again, and that will take you to the high school and the middle school, which I was going to drive by the middle school. I'm trying to get there. And I'll also drive through a higher end neighborhood also. We're already at 25 minutes, sorry. I really thought this one was going to be about 20 minutes, but it's taking a little bit longer. I'm getting lost in these neighborhoods. Okay, so not only do you have Little, or have Sugar Creek Metro Park, you've got Little Miami Bike Trail, which goes along the Little Miami River, and then you've got Bill Yeck Park also, which is a popular destination, not too far from Sugar Creek Metro Park. Do a lot of bird watching at the Bill Yeck. Okay, so the stoplight up there is the street that we just came off of, Little Sugar Creek. I just realized you're not going to be able to see the middle school off of Feedwire here because it sits back off of the road. So we will turn up here into another neighborhood, and we'll end our tour there. So we basically made one big rectangle. These homes back in here are going to be anywhere from 600 to probably 800-ish. Maybe a little bit more. And maybe a little bit less, of course, like I said. A lot of these will be custom built. Back here, all brick homes, also part of an HOA. A lot of them will have finished basements to increase the space even more, 4,000 to 5,000 square feet. Starting construction back there. Some 4-car garages back here. So these obviously are the bigger homes back here, 800. Minimum 800,000 back here for a lot of these. All right, I think we will wrap up our tour. We've pretty much seen quite a bit, all price ranges. And yeah, if you have any questions on anything in regards to Bellbrook or any of the other neighborhoods in the area, let me know. More than happy to help. If you need a specific tour of a specific neighborhood, please do let me know that also, because I'm very glad to help out any way I can, or if you just need some more information about something. But anyway, until next time, we will see ya.